and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. Filmed in beautiful Treasure Island, Florida with our President and CEO, Andy Albright.
From the pandemic. I lost a good friend. Actually, this guy helped us with our leads. You guys will feel it. He was brilliant. Old man, had pancreatic cancer. Woo, we lost him. I feel bad. I got other friends that would still be alive today if it wasn't for old people driving. My mama, woo, you ever see my mama coming? She's 83. You better get the heck out of the way. You better swerve. That woman, she all over the place. She's off the roads for the most part, so the world is safer. It's pandemic. Hurt my friend. I got another friend in Canada. She's suffering from it. Been had it for 3 weeks. Always something. Sometimes it's two things. So recruiting, through the roof. Y'all, the team is recruiting more than ever. Congratulations. Sales, through the roof. People are making sales. Now, today, I want to talk to you about connection, overcoming objections, whether you're getting a check, getting people covered, whether you're moving annuity money, whether you're recruiting people, whether you're getting people off their derriere. If you get them to move, you got to connect. You can't grab a person and move them until you connect with a person. So that connection is critical. I want to talk to you about verbal connection, over the telehopper, over the phone, over Zoom. How do you connect with people? So we are halfway through April. I turned 56 years old tomorrow. I'm looking back at the last 56 years, in particular, the last 20, and really the last 27, when I've been networking and building businesses and finding leaders and developing leaders across the country. And I want to share with you, I was on the phone this morning. Well, I worked out with my son at crazy CrossFit. God almighty, I'll tell you. Woo! As soon as I got through that CrossFit, of course, I was texting before I finished. But as soon as I got off of it, I've been on the phone every minute talking to people and trying to share with them what I know and what I've seen to work. I'm an engineer by trade. I went to NC State. I did all kinds of mathematical calculations. And I try to tell people, here's where you win the odds. Before I ever went to Vegas, I read Breaking Vegas. I read all the statistics and the odds. I want to know how to get an angle so that you have the best benefit. So today I'm talking about connection, which is an angle that you have the best benefit, the best strategy to win. I can't tell you which carrier said this, but he said, please do not let this pandemic go by without taking advantage of it. Have you ever heard whenever there's a storm, there's a silver lining? Whenever you ever heard this, when somebody else is getting pounded, somebody else has an opportunity? I've been that guy. I'm always the one going like, we getting ready to have something going on in America. I need to think of how I'm going to take advantage of this. How do I end up on top? And how does my friend Adam Katz end up top? How does Riddle end up top? How does Menachino end up top? How does Jane Hill end up top? I want to figure out how my friends get on top and take advantage of the situation. If you're paying attention, I want to talk to you about taking advantage of a situation by having a connection with people quickly. And Jeff Bright has given me the most analytical, academic. He got them words. You know what I'm saying? It's words. And he shows me, and he said, "This is what you do." I said, "I know what I do. I get them. I get them going. I get them started. I get them producing. I get them write a check. I get them." I read in Think and Grow Rich, highest paid, not to be confused with the oldest paid, but the highest paid talent, getting people to move. And I said, I'm going to study that. I'm going to try to get people to move. That's what I'm going to do right there. So then with the Alliance, our moving is selling, recruiting, and building. Selling, let's get them write a check, and executing the basics. So if I can get somebody to execute the basics, getting referrals, doing green sheets, getting the money, finding out who else they can recruit while they're up in the house. Getting a person to do the basics is a high paid trade. Getting a person to do the basics, getting a person to recruit, getting a person to get started, getting a person to sell, getting a person to recruit, getting a person to recruit under a recruit. Hey, speaking of that, all my leaders, this is big. Most of the time, I am non-mechanical, non-tools. I got a tool here I want to talk to you about, okay? This tool is, I think you can use this. Here's the way it works. You remember MC backup. You remember that? I'll show you what this looks like. MC backup. MC backup. Take MC backup. Your downline that's screaming for leads, screaming for help. I just want to do this thing. I just want to do it. Okay. Download this app called MC Backup. I just don't know if I can make phone calls. Download this app. I know you can download an app. It's called MC Backup. That's what it is for iPhones. I don't know what it is if you got an Android. Somebody post that on band. What is it you use for Android? Get them to download MC Backup. Send you that Excel spreadsheet in MC Backup. You put it down in ZipWhip, baby. Jason Mathis told Janina that, and Janina told me, I said, Jason Mathis has come up with a good idea. Download their MC. They're begging you for help. I want some leads. I need some coaching. I'm trying. Well, listen, this is a non-try. This is I don't know how old a 5-year-old can do this. A 5-year-old can do this. Download MC Backup, hit yes, click, boom, downloads all their contacts, email them to you, you download it into ZipWhip, pop, send them a message. Hey, this is Andy calling. Hey, Bob. You put, hey, first name, Bob. This is Andy Albright. I'm calling you from a work from her. I'm friends with Janina Wilson, or I'm friends with Chris Long. I'm friends with Paul Menachino. He mentioned you that I might should chat with you about an opportunity we have. Bam, 50 of them go out. Keep that in mind as Janina's list in ZipWhip. You could send them every 2 weeks. If people opt out, send it to them. If they opt in, get them to move. That's a tool that I feel like, I thought that was a brilliant idea. Okay? Now, I got to tell you, Sydney, Lagoganis, dadgummit, it's lag something. Sydney, if you change it to Balick, I'll get it right. Okay, Sydney has run a contest against Jason Mathis, and she was pointing out that she's crushing him. We'll show you the number. Jason, your ideas work. Execute them, brother. You're brilliant. Execute them. Go get some wit, and then I'm telling you, this is a gold mine, Mathis. I'm telling you, Avian, this is a gold mine with all those new people. Riddle, all those new people, they want you. They go like, I'm trying, I'm studying. Hey, download this app. Boom. Okay. Recruiting's already going through the roof. Mind you, what's going to happen now? I'm going to get to those numbers, Mathis. Sydney is talking junk. She says when she goes to Captain Griddle, she getting escargots, salads. She says she's going to order $1,000 bottle of alcoholic adult beverage. Woo! You better get your mind ready. Okay. All right. Let's get into this. Oh, I want to do some recognition. We're running a contest this 90 days with Foresters. Adam Johnson is on track to win $5,000. This is the Foresters 90-day cash contest. Adam Johnson is on track to win $5,000. Alex Abian has a guy that wrote one app that puts him a chance to win $4,000. He's got to get 5 apps though. His name is Vinny Shilio. Olga and Jason. Remember I was talking about Jason earlier. Jason and Olga are number 3 right now. Way to go, Olga. But Olga does the selling, what I hear, and Jason does the recruiting. So Olga's smoking it toward a $3,000 bonus. Marcus Richardson is number 4. Rory Bean is number 5. There's a new girl named Michelle Gaddy in my base. She's number 6. Junior Korea, Marty Dozier, Debbie Ben, and Tim and Nikki Long are rounding up the top 10. So this contest with Foresters is available. It'll be posted on Band. It's under the 90-day drag race. The cash will be given away at Family Reunion, which we're still in for. All right, so a lot of other cool people on there. Oh, I want to mention this. Stephanie Rodriguez has beat every single rookie hired in 2019. Every single one hired. Think about this, Stephanie. Everybody hired in 2019, you're smoking them with Foresters. And you have passed, you're all the way up to number 12 in the country, passing all the veterans with Foresters production. And you're on track to win your $3,000 plus $900 of the veterans, which make you at a $4,000 bonus at National Convention should you continue at the pace you're on and they continue at the pace they're on. But if you pick up the pace, you can pick up to, say, $5,000 extra, so give you an $8,000 victory. That wouldn't be bad. Ethan Dewar, downline of Danny Johnson. He is a rookie. He's number 2 rookie. All the people hired last year, number 2 in the country with Foresters, and he has passed 3 veterans. And get this, little Emily Katz. I say little because she's like little bitty. She has beat every rookie from 2019. Think about that, Emily. Everybody hired 2019. You're number 3 rookie with Foresters, and you're number 25 even compared to the veterans. Not bad. She's turned in 2 apps for $3,099 in premium. Issue paid. Good job, Emily. There's a lot more. Stephanie. So those are the top 3 rookies. Tiffany Jones is up there. Another girl in our base, Kimberly Lawson, is up there, part of Junior Korea's team. Steve Maxim, part of Katz's team. Tanisha Ross, Diane Lampy's team. Casey Williams, Chris Manifold, part of Leventovich's. Josiah Harris, part of the Cats team. Annette Ivy is winning again. She won a trip to Toronto, and she's winning cash again, on track again. Way to go, Annette. Okay. All right, more in the Foresters race. That's posted. You can check them out. Fanatics. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all this. We said if you'll do 30,000 trip points, we'll give you $1,000. Well, I've had some not push back. Everybody's been appreciative of $1,000, but people are saying, hey, could I win it for life and annuities? And I'm like, yes. So right now, I'm thinking for April, we're going to leave it in the same. But in May, we probably will separate it out. Say you got a chance to win 1,000 here, and you can win 1,000 here. So 2,000, whether you're a life or an annuity guy. But I really want to. I'm excited about that. Right now, Minerva Profil is already knocked out 47,000. She's gonna get $1,000 bonus halfway in through the month. Katrina Gustin, I'm gonna have Katrina on here in a few minutes. She's issue paid 34 apps halfway through the month. Already written 29,000. Adam Johnson, I'm going to have him on this call with some tips here at the end. He's already issue paid 23 apps for 22,000. Marcus Richardson has already issue paid 30 apps for 20,000. halfway through the month. So a lot of people shooting for $30,000 for that $1,000 bonus. That's called the Fanatics. We're looking at doing that and having 2 different separate contests in April, which y'all see about that. Recruiting, we're sending a jet out west. Right now, it's Jason and Tawny Carey going to jump on the jet, Brandon and Ashley Beal, and Angela Manzo, and whoever she picks. Those 3 would jump on the jet because of recruiting on the West Coast. Fly to Texas. Kelly Haney would jump in the jet with whoever she picks, fly you right into family reunion. So that's a heated contest. Jake and Belle Krause are tied with Angela Manzo. So if it was a tie, the tie will be broken by production. Whoever has the most personal production would get invited on the jet. So I don't know if that would be Belle or Manzo because they're tied right now. And then Dana Montalvo has 17. She's only 1 recruit away. 1 recruit away. Tight race. Adia Reyes, sometimes known as Lee Reyes' mom. She is right up there. Diane Lampy, personal, Witt, 12. Scott Broughton, Fitzgerald, Paul Roberts, Allemans, Lee Reyes himself. So him and his mom are kicking butt recruiting. All right, let's look at what other kind of leaderboards we got. Thailand. Grant and Jael Swindell have already won the trip for 2, all expense paid to Thailand. Oh, and taking the lead in points toward Thailand is Megan Wood. She's already won the trip. So Grant and Jael have already won the trip. Megan Wood already won the trip. Now they're working on extension, and both of them are working on taking another couple with them. I am positive. Katrina Gustin she's right there at it, like 1 more out. She's there. Jane Hill and James right there. Observe Profield, Tim Sight, Jonathan Megan, Marcus Richardson, Joseph Dukes. Thailand trip is looking like we'll have a ton of people go to Thailand. I hope that virus is gone by then so we can go to Thailand. I'll be talking about people go to Thailand. We still gonna do that Canada trip. I mean that Alaska trip, that cruise. We're gonna do that. We'll do that in 2022. F&G, keep in mind, we're still running a contest. This is a long-running contest, but we're going to have a party here at my house. We're going to have a party at the Don Cesar training for all the top IUL producers. All right, Marvin Otzoy is leading the way on that. Amaka Arizo is killing it. Chris Baldwin's killing it. Jeremy Patton, Brandon, and Ashley Beal. So those are the 5 leaders, actually 5 people that would go right now. Got to get the other people that would win. They got to get minimum 5 apps with F&G Life. Rolex contest right now. You get to pick. Buddy of mine shot me a Rolex over. I ain't gonna try to show you. Buddy of mine, he said, "Hey man, this is normally $125,000, and you can get it for 100 and I think he said 115,000. Maybe it was 105. I was like, God, that's sweet. Just a face full of diamonds and red rubies all the way around. I was thinking about it. Man, you got me thinking. We're going to give away 13 Rolexes that were manufactured in 2002, the same year that the Alliance was manufactured, same year that we come out of the ground. Megan Wood right now would get the choice of all the Rolexes. Brant and Jael Swindell would get the second choice, and they pick whatever they want left. Katrina, James and Jane, Minerve, Jonathan and Megan, Marcus Richardson. This is posted on Band also. Right now, Robert Wilson would get a choice of, he would get the last watch there. He'd get a watch. Sam Menachino and Paul, Adam Johnson, Mark Hutchinson, Joe Dukes. Just outside, Jeremy Patton, Mike and Kerry Williams, Doug Becker, Danina Wilson, and Kyle, Eric and Bobby Jr. So that's the contest all year long who picks these 13 Rolexes. Recruits. This is what Sydney wanted me to talk about. She said, make sure you talk about my recruit. I said, all right, I'm about your recruit. I got you in there. So month to date. Now this is weekly. Let's see if we got month to date. Yeah, month to date. Kyle Cater has put in 22 in width and 15 in depth. So 37. He is leading with recruiting with width and depth. Andy Riddle is number 2 month to date with 16 wide, 2 in depth, total of 18. Mike and Noel Levitovich, 14 wide, 5 in depth for 19. Justin and Sydney Lagoganis. I bet that's it. Lagoganis. Okay, Sydney, you are number 4 in the country with 12. And she says, but where's Mathis? I was like, I don't know where Mathis is. She's looked way down. I said, we can't be calling his name if he ain't up top. She's like, yeah, you should. So Nick and Viviana Sabino are number 5 with 8 wide. This is posted. This will be posted on the band also. Will Dancy in my office is 8 wide, no depth. Brandon Ashley Bill 7 wide, no depth. Adia Reyes 6 wide, 1 in depth. Manzo 6 wide. Joseph 2 has got 6 wide. Okay, that's the top 10. Where is my boy? All right, my boy Jason. He's number 17 in the country. That's not bad. Don't be whining about it. He's number 17, 3 wide versus Sydney's 12 wide. I don't know. They got dates crazy. So y'all worry about that. That's a different contest. I'm trying to be nice and mention y'all's name because I know y'all have a contest. There's Power of 10 is posted. Riddle is still killing it. There's this big contest. We're giving away $52,000. Riddle has got 84 wide. He stands to win $10,000 bonus in addition to whatever he grows his business. Kyle Cater is number 2 with 51. He would get $5,000. Jason and Tony Carrier number 3 with 42 wide. They would get $2,500. That's the top 3. And then how many you get to family reunion is a $10,000 bonus. Right now, it looks like Lucero Diaz would win that. Terry Edwards would be number 2, and Will Perry would be number 3. That's a lot of money given away at family reunion for recruiting. All right, so I'm blah, blah, blah. I know it's boring if your name's not being called. Hey, I tell you what else is cool. It's a good Samaritan bonus. Right now, Minerva Profield has $550 saved up that she's going to give to her top charity. Brent and Jail have $550 saved up they're going to give to their top charity. And Katrina Gustin has $500. So a lot of money going to give it away to the Good Samaritan bonus. Make sure your downline understands your agents with what a Good Samaritan bonus is and how that works. It's just money that the Alliance is giving away to charities of your choice. Okay. I am going to talk about Connect. All right. So they are. Now thank y'all for sending me the 1,000 texts. It helps me. Lago Gainus. That is the way you see it. MC backup. Contacts to Excel. On Android, it's called Contacts to Android. Y'all can post it. That way they can find it. All right. Let's talk about connecting. Michelle Gaddy is number 7. Okay. All right. Here we go. Connection. You're going to show those slides to you. 3 steps to making a connection. This is getting people to move. Go ahead and go to slide number 2. All right. I'm going to try to tell you, I'll read it quickly. Validation is building self-worth. It's giving every other human being every right that you claim for yourself. I'm giving you rights. Empathy, considering the feeling. How do they feel? How do you feel? Walt Whitman said, I do not ask the wounded person how he feels. I myself become the wounded person. Number 3, understanding, recognizing the thought. Aristotle, y'all, my buddies will appreciate this one. To perceive is to suffer. Kyle, I know you appreciate this. Riddle, I know you do. To perceive is to suffer, which means you have to listen to some dumb conversations. And you have to get it. You have to understand what they say. If you understand what they say, that means you get it. And my God, it's painful sometimes to understand. Woohoo! Aristotle had that right. So I'm going to go over these 3 things: validation, empathy, and understanding. So the first one, which is the next slide, which is slide 3. All these slides are available on Band. To validate, what you do is you validate in order to break the ice. All right. So what you're doing is you're breaking the ice to chart the course. Chart the course for where you want to go. You disarm. Well, if you disarm the enemy, it's a game. You disarm the enemy, then they don't hesitate, and you can move on and you can take them where they need to be. People crave, I like that word, crave validation. Validating type words build self-worth in others. These type words serve as confirmation of another's internal experience, which allows you to break the ice. Here are some samples of scripts that use validation to satisfy the needs of the 4 animal types. Lions love greatness and task accomplishment. Otters, they love greatness and value added recognition. Golden retrievers, they love contribution and value added recognition. And beavers love contribution and task accomplishment. So when I'm talking to a person, I am listening. I don't say this guy's an otter. I don't say this guy's a lion. I don't say he's a beaver. I don't do that. But I'm listening to the type of person, and I am listening to their words. If they're telling me what they did and how great it was, what they did and how great it was, they're a lion. And they need for me to tell them what they did and how great they are. Listen to me. If they're telling me how much they added to the company they were with, then I'm going to tell them how much they added to the company they were with. If they tell me how great they are, I'm going to tell them how great they are. So you don't have to figure out if they're an otter or a lion. I told Jeff, I said, I don't have a clue what people are or care. But if I listen to them and they say what a gold retriever, if they say, hey man, I put in a lot, I contribute a lot. I say, come back to them, I say, bet you put in a lot of contribution. In other words, that's what a golden retriever wants to hear. Listen to this, the support you provide is always cherished. They love you for helping, buddy. They love you for helping. That's different than you kicked butt, took names, and led the company. That's what you did. That's a lion. So if they're telling me what they did, I'm going to encourage them for what they did. If they're telling me about their contribution, I'm going to work on their contribution. Okay? So this is validation. This breaks the ice. The people that I'm going to have on this call, Adam Johnson, Katrina Guston, Junior Correa, Marcus Richardson, Terry Edwards, they are ice breakers. They validate human beings. They validate them. They chart the course. They break the ice. They self-affirm them. If I say something to you like this, like, Tia, you're a marketing person. You can market. You can make stuff happen. I believe in you. Your contribution, I'm just covering the gambit. What I'm doing is building self-worth and then setting us high expectations. I have a question for you, Tia. I can only see the A in the alliance and the slide, so I don't know what everybody else can see.
I can see you and the slide.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Lagoganus. Lagoganus. Ticking butt, ticking name. You see, if I'm self-affirming her right now, her and Sydney, Jason, you could win this contest. This is breaking the ice. All right, this is number 3, validation. So let's go to empathize in order to prime the pump. This is where you stay out of judgment, okay? This is a tough one for me and you. I know you are. One of the greatest challenges to developing empathy is overcoming the need to be right and judge others. Really? 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 Because everybody thinks that they have the exact code of morals. They know you can look at another girl for 2 seconds. Another guy says 3 seconds. Another girl says you can't look at them at all. And the guy says, you can cuss, but you can only say darn. You can't say damn and say it's in the Bible. You can't say ass, say it's in the Bible. They got the standards. Everybody, some people say, like that Vaynerchuk guy, he says you can use the F word every other word, and it don't matter because that's who he is. I can't be right and empathize. So when he's saying those words, I got to be going like, that's right. I see. All right. The need to, somebody told, I think the last time, I said this 2 weeks ago, that the greatest discipline is empathy. The greatest discipline, meaning takes more discipline to have empathy than it does to lift weights or not eat everything in the world. Empathy takes more discipline, but I tell you this, if you put your discipline into being skinny, then you may not have enough discipline left to have empathy. Empathy is letting other people be right in their mind. It don't mean you agree with them. It just let them be right in their mind and let you have a poker face that you understand what they're saying. Understand what they're saying. Okay. This need to evaluate others comes from our need to compare abilities, beliefs, and values against others. And I've had several people, I don't like being compared to others. Okay, I'm not going to compare you. Andy Riddle goes, compare me, Albright. If you show somebody doing better, I can do better. That's because he's a lion. The other person is an otter or a beaver or something. I don't know what they are. So I can't compare people. Okay, all right, let's stick to the subject. Empathy. Let them think the way they think. Okay? You don't have to agree with them. This primes the pump that stimulates the growth with the relationships. Okay. So a lion, they have a need to be first. So when they win, you just go, wow. I wouldn't have won that way. You're a genius. You come up with something tricky there, bud. Woo! Okay? Lion. Otter. They want to be noticed. You have every right to think like you think. You have every right to be proud. You have every right to stand up. Let's say you are a equal rights person. You think women should get paid the same as men. And let's say there's another man and he thinks that the person that does the better job is supposed to get paid more. And then there's another person that says, because you're a woman, we got to pay you more because I'm a woman. And I've been cheated all my life, so now it's time to make up for it. You got to be the person that goes like, you got every right to think that way. To the man, to the woman, and to the woman who thinks the woman should get paid more because they ain't get paid more in the past. You got to go like, you got every right to think that way. You got every right to think that way. You can't say, that ain't right. That's wrong. That's dumb. That's stupid. That's numb nut. You can't say that. We're recruiting, and listen, in the house, Terry Edwards, you never do that. In recruiting, you shouldn't do that either. It's just letting them think like they think. A lot of people say, what if they think dumb? And then you get them in our organization. Don't we have to change the way we think? No, you get them in and they dumb, get depth. So what if you get them in and they're smart? Get depth. You got to build it. We're building a network. We're not building a dadgum, I don't know, rah-rah society, kumbaya. You get them in, you build a relationship, and then you get down. You're not trying to change the way they think, especially in the beginning. I will never change the way they think. Don't worry about that. Otter, addressing the need to be noted. Golden retrievers, assume they want to be wanted. They want to be wanted. Beavers, they got a need to be correct. By the way, it's not like they need to be right. It's correct. Right is when you have an opinion. Correct is when they line up everything just right. They want the numbers to be correct. Okay? So if you give him some kind of bull crap, exaggerated numbers, he'll call you on it. That's the beaver. So empathy requires a lot of discipline. Adam Johnson, you have it in the home. Katrina, you have it in the home. The one thing I would tell you this, all you producers, Terry, Marcus, Jr., in the home, you only have to have empathy for an hour. But when you're with an agent long-term, 3 hours, or at a convention, or you talk to him every day, more difficult to have empathy, more difficult to have validate, okay? Because you get comfortable with people and you get messed up with that. So empathy, let them be right. Okay, all right. This gets you to be able to hold people so that you can move them to the left, move them to the right. All right, I got to get going because I want to get these guests that I have available. All right, understanding in order to establish common ground. All right, when I'm interviewing or when I'm selling, my biggest thing to do is to get an understanding. So when a person is telling me their commission rates, I ask them about advances. I ask them about chargebacks. I ask them about an example. I said, let's do an example. If a person tells me that they are a welder, I say, now, did you strike the machine up and put two metal parts together and it go bzzz, sparkle? You have a hood? Or were you the supervisor? Or was it like really different high-tech welding? I want to understand. So establishing common ground by perspective taking, okay, means tell me more, trying to understand their pain, being heard, let them be heard. Let them explain their situation. I was hiring a guy this week, and he was telling about how one company wouldn't return phone calls, another one didn't have leads, another one had low commissions. I was like, man, you just run into one thing after another. He's like, yep. I said, well, we're going to try to avoid this. We're going to try to avoid this. We're going to try to avoid this. So I'm seeking to understand his three biggest problems or four biggest problems, and then seeking how we can solve all those problems and give him a new shot with this opportunity with the alliance. Okay. Recognizing others' perspective as their truth is the key ingredient to making the connection. It gives birth to allowing the establishment of common ground. So their thinking, I have to understand their thinking. Aristotle said, oh my God, it's a pain listening and understanding, because never does people, not never, most of the time people don't think it's their fault. You have to listen through it. And when they just say it's my fault, a lot of times I'm like, yeah, I got somebody to take a responsibility. But when they're not taking the blame, I don't say, why don't you do like the other guy and take responsibility? That's not going to be good. You just listen to them. Okay. Lions, tell me more about your results. Otters, tell me more about your accomplishment. Golden retrievers, tell me about what happened. Oh, Lord. Woo. That's called your experience. People like lions, man, lions, very difficult to have empathy, understanding, perspective, or any of those things when people are telling you what happened. What had happened was, oh, no. In the house, when you're selling, you're going to get a check. When you're recruiting, I don't know what you're dealing with. If you're recruiting and they start telling you about 30 minutes. Okay, beavers, tell me about the details. That's why we like beavers to be our statistician and run our contest. Somebody says, I want it. I'll be like, talk to the beaver. The hand ain't listening. Talk to the beaver. The beaver wants to be correct. You're going to argue with him. You're a lion. He's a beaver. Beaver's going to be right. He's going to be correct. You're going to be mad. Life's going to be good. I'm out of it. Okay, so I'm trying to let people explain to me their situation with the household. If mama can't work, if they got children in the house, if one kid's disabled, if daddy's disabled, if mama's dead, if granny lives there, if Happy lives there, who lives in the house, how many rooms in the house, how many bathrooms in the house. I'm trying to understand the situation. How much money do you have in the bank? Some people are afraid that you're being nosy. People actually like to be understood. And so you have to ask them to talk about themselves so that you can understand them, and you get credit for understanding to make a connection. All right, let's go to number 5. All right, this is simple, putting the 3 steps together. If they're a line, you want to go like, job well done. You came in first. You're good. You're a genius. Tell me more about how bad you beat me. Lions are how bad you beat the others. Lions want to hear done, did, boom, boom, boom. Otters, these are people who want to hear how great they did. Oh, man, you're great. You're great. Proud. You got the right to be proud. Tell me more about what you did, about how much you accomplished. Okay. Otters aren't bad. Golden retrievers, the support you provided is cherished. This is gooey stuff. What you did, they really didn't appreciate you there, did they? If you say that to a golden retriever, they're gonna love you, man. You go like, we would appreciate it. We would cherish you if you came over here and did some of that teaching. tell me about how people received that. Jordan Trieber's going to go crazy over that. Like catnip. Beavers, the data you provided was crucial. I can't imagine how tough it was to get it accurate as you got it. I bet you had to redo that 3 or 4 times to get it that accurate. Tell me more about the specific facts, the figures. Just give me some nuts and bolts. Give me the stuff about it. So I'm telling y'all this. Those of you that are new, I didn't learn animal, lion, otter, beaver. I didn't learn that. I just listened to the way people talk. Okay. This fourth, I said 3, so this fourth one's free. Let's go to this fourth, which is page 7, Tia. All right. This active listening is how I knock out understanding and empathy and recognition and all that. Okay, here's how I do it. I'll call their name. That's big. And I ask a lot of questions about who they are. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to establish where they are in life so that I can give them directions to get on board with us. Hear what I'm saying? So what have you done before? What's been your favorite job? What's been your highest paid job? I'm not just talking, brother. I'm trying to figure out where they are and how they talk. If they talk about their experience, where they were, then I'm going to ask them to tell me more about the experience. If they tell me about the results they got, one, I'm going to get excited because I'm thinking, get me a lion, I got me a lion. If they start telling me about the results, then I ask them to tell me more about the results. If they tell me how much people didn't like them over there, I talk about how much people didn't like them over there. If they talk about how much they were appreciated, I talk about how much they appreciated. All I'm doing, I'm listening to the words they use, and I reuse their words, and that gets them connected. Then I talk about our leads. Then I talk about our agency resource center, our ARC, by the way. ARC's coming out with stuff tomorrow. At the latest, it'll be Monday. It's going to blow your mind. When you log on to your ARC, Katrina, you're going to have everybody's birthdays coming up this week. Then another tab, you're going to have every policy that got potentially charged back. You got to call these people and follow up. Then you're going to have everybody that's coming up with a med sup right now. Everybody, then another, you're going to have everybody. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to get on this. Otter's going to go crazy. I'm going to get off base. I want to tell you that ARC's going to be crazy. I don't even know how I got on that. I'm excited about it. I don't know how I got off on that. Questioning. I'm asking people, what did you like? What did they like about you? I let them become a subject matter expert in their life because they are. It's their life. And I listen to how they describe their predicament. How do they prescribe their life or describe their life? How do they describe their success? How do they describe their failure? And I want to use those type of words to come back to them so that I can connect, so that I can talk to them about how to use the ARC, about how to buy leads, about how to get in the house. But I talk in their type of words, repeating their words back, maybe changing it slightly a little bit. Like if they say, I had a great experience there. I say, that sounds like an experience you had there was wonderful. Could you tell me more about the wonder about it, about the greatness of it? If they say, I killed it there, I was number 1, I'll be like, how bad did you beat number 2? See, I'm going to talk about in their uniqueness way. I don't decide if they're otter or beaver. I'm just listening. It's called, some of us call it mirroring and matching. Reflection, repeating back to show you comprehend it, and then clarification, which is when you paraphrase it. So first I might repeat it in the exact words that they use. Then I might paraphrase or make it a lot shorter and see if I'm right. Confirm that I'm right, and that affirms them. They feel like I'm paying attention because I am paying attention. And then we summarize main points, makes them feel accountable, because now they're kind of hung by the tongue because we have re-summarized and summarized and paraphrased, and now they're hung into their description as that's the way it really was. All right. The last thing is what I like to do, okay? This is the part that everybody wants to get to, becoming effective. How do I get Shayla producing? How do I get Katrina doing $250,000 a month How do I get Terry doing $1 million a month? How did I get Andy? How effective? How do I become effective? First, I connect, then I look for effectiveness. Okay? So let's do this. Pay attention, lean in, looking at them directly, focused on them, not preparing mentally to rebut, but listening. Show them your list of be present, nodding, thinking, smiling, facial expressions, posture, open, interested, encourage them. Defer judgment, no agenda. Allow the speaker to finish. Don't interrupt, counter arguments. So here's what I do. What I'm doing is I'm setting them up to take them to victory lane. When I'm trying to hire a person, I'm trying to get them 100 grand first year, trip to Thailand first year, promoted as high as we can get, agency manager at least in the first year. So I connect with them, and then I walk with them down the aisle of success. Here's how we're going to do it. Sometimes I say to them, this is how we do it. And I was like, this is what we got to do. But first I got to connect. Then I can grab them by the arm and walk down with them down to the river. I can walk down to the road to success. All right, what I'm going to tell y'all is I've got 5 people on here that are absolutely ridiculous at this connection factor in the home. Okay? Absolutely ridiculous in the home. So I don't know if people can see them, Tia. I want Adam Johnson available. He'd be the first one I'm chit-chatting with. Katrina Guston, then Junior, and then Marcus Richardson, and then Terry. Adam Johnson, are you on, buddy?
I'm here, Andy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you and see you.
All right. Good deal. Great to see you, Andy. Thanks for having me on the call.
So I interrupted Adam earlier. He was making a sale. Or you were getting a get back. Did you get a get back or did you get a sale?
No, we're writing 2 apps when you called. Woo!
Adam, I was looking at your numbers and you have already, where's my stuff? Hold on here. I got you, brother. I got you right here. You've already issued 7 with Foresters, and where did I put this? I got it on here. It's on here. Recents. Here we go. I have got you down as 21 applications already issued this month for 22,000. Yep, through April 14th. So as of 13th, so even Monday, as of Monday, I had you issue 22,021 apps. Does that sound right?
That sounds about right.
You're leading the country in premium right now in life apps for the month.
Woo.
So I want to do, how you like my connection thing? You do this, right? Like if they're a Democrat, you're a Democrat. If they like cats, you like cats.
That's right.
Or at least you look like you like cats. If they're Republican, you're a Trump fan. You put on your Trump hat, right?
I'll say, I don't get into politics, but let me agree with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Say that again. Elaborate on that. I don't get into
Normally
politics.
Don't get into politics, but I have to tend to agree with you on that one.
You do say that, don't you?
I do, yeah. It depends on the topic, obviously. But yeah, I find what we have in common, but I don't necessarily have to identify maybe if I do have a disagreement. I just say, hey, I don't get into politics, but you're right. Yeah.
Well, that's a tricky spin right there. That explains 21 applications already issued. I bet you try to do that with the underwriters too.
I'll say, well, the other company lets that one go by.
All right. So let's ask you a couple questions. This is crazy going on with the virus. Do you know anybody that's got sick or died? Have you, your network, anybody you know that's going through stuff, pains?
There's a guy on Joe Walker's team that we think may have tested positive, but that's about the only person I know. So nobody local here that I know, no one in my family, everyone's staying healthy. We're all quarantined, so I'm blessed that way.
All right, I'm pretty sure I had it. So you can tell people. So I'm pretty sure the CEO had it. My nose was itching. My eyes were tearing. I was coughing.
Man,
Felt
you
like
look great.
elephant was standing on my chest. I didn't turn it in. I heard if somebody hears this counts. They're gonna throw it up with the numbers. I don't know if that's true or not.
Unconfirmed.
I did lose one friend died with it. I had a guy that got run over before the virus. 70-year-old woman run over him.
Wow.
If we'd had the virus going on, my boy'd still be alive. Because you know why? Because that 70-year-old wouldn't have been out driving around the streets.
That's right. That's right. I heard you say it before.
You ever eat at Prego's?
What's that?
You ever eat at Prego's in Burlington, the Italian restaurant?
Yeah, we have eaten there.
But the man, the guy that owned Benny, he got run over and killed.
Oh, no, really? I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Benny. I went in there the night before and I was like, scratching out living. He said, I'm scratching too. And I got me some roasted duck, took it home and eat it. The next morning, my boy was dead. I was crying, upset. I went flying over there, threw down all my stuff, went over there to Benny and, hugging on the kids and stuff, and
Wow.
this is what we do in the home, ain't it?
It is. Yeah. That's exactly right.
All right. So what are you doing? You're selling a lot over the phone?
A lot over the phone. Yeah. Yeah. And it was a transition at first, Andy, because I'm so used to being able to connect in person. Just with posture and body language, things are different over the phone. The first week when I really switched over the phone was mostly current clients. I did, Mike Allman helped me download all my contacts into an app so I could text out, so I could do the texting. And I texted everyone a message.
What app did you use? Did you use Mass Out or you use ZipWhip? What you use? What's that?
Group text. It's called group text.
You group text.
Yeah.
I got that. I've used group text.
Yeah, it worked and it was great. It was just saying, I hope you and the family are doing well. Just want to let you know we're doing policy reviews. If there's anyone else in the family that needs coverage, let me know. I'm here to help. They're letting us do it over the phone. And, it was great. We sent them out 50 at a time. And a lot of people, when they had their brother, uncle, cousin, people they wanted to write, but we never got around to it. All of a sudden I started picking up those apps. And then a lot of them just said, thanks for checking on me. And so it's a relationship building for the future as well. Obviously, I mean, it's another way to reach out to the client. And I would just say, hey, glad to hear you're doing well, Sandra. We are too. Thanks for asking. And so it was just a great way to reach out to everybody and let them know that I'm here.
Do you mind? Do you still have that script? Would you post that script on Band?
Yep, I can put it up. I got to give credit to the Allemans. They came up with it.
All right, well,
I just copied and change the name, but I'll put it up.
You can put on it. Matter of fact, Allemans, y'all should post it while Adam is telling what y'all did. Y'all should post it and get your credit. So if they post it, you don't have to. But hopefully Michelle or Mike. Knowing Mike, he's already got it up there.
It's probably already on. That's right. Yeah. So I had to give credit where it's due, and so I texted them back. I go, "What else you got?" That worked great. Got any Facebook ideas? So we're working on some ideas there. But after that, then I started realizing over the phone is a little bit different, Andy, and a big thing. And we came from our Minnesota hotspot. The DeSantos brought this up. Is they're sending out a photo right away of them, and I saw that also on one of the videos that we had. So I'll send it's basically the About Me page from the ATM with my license and the photo of my family. And I'll just let them know, hey, I'm going to send you a copy of my license. But really, I want them to see me and my family. So
you don't really wait for them to ask. You're aggressively putting your picture out with your license and your family on it.
Yep. I'll say, is this your cell phone we're talking on, Andy? And I know it is. It says so right on the lead. And they're like, yeah. I go, all right, perfect. I'm going to send you a copy of my license. I want to let you know I'm licensed with the Minnesota Department of Commerce. I'm also licensed in 10 other states, and I'll name the local states in case they have family in the area: Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, right? Just to kind of throw it out there. And that's me and my family as well, so you can kind of put a face to the voice. Because this is all over the phone. And
hey, let's do this. Let's make sure people know this. You're hired by Grace McGill.
That's right.
Out of Dallas, Texas.
Yep. Grace is out of Dallas.
She's hired by Mr. Alex or Fitz.
That's right.
Fitzgerald.
That's right. And I'm up in West St. Paul, Minnesota, which oddly enough is south of St. Paul.
like you come up that way. These are good tips, man. But you're
Thanks.
telling me this was new to you. You're just like you're just like everybody else. Your own band, scouring, looking at videos, looking at training, calling up friends.
Yeah, talking to people from the Fitz group, from the Minnesota Hotspot, other people within the alliance. Just, hey, what are you doing? How's it working? And then I told Teresa, I don't know, this was 3 or 4 weeks ago. I said, I'm just going to screw up a bunch. I don't know. I'm just going to book a bunch of appointments and screw up, and I'm going to butcher this thing, but I can do it all in my office. Right?
Do you still run out and get a signature if you have to, or something like that, and just like spray down with Lysol or whatever you spray with?
Yeah, very seldom if I can help it. But yeah, I just did yesterday. Actually, I got a couple of signatures quick, and we just did it right on their deck. And the gal came out with her own pen, and she was cool. She's working in, she's a nursing. She's in nursing, so she's actually out more than most people. But I kind of gauge it off what they're willing to do too, a little bit. I will say this: I did have one signature that I was able to email and get signed in the email back. So I did that way too. That one didn't require a witness. So whatever works, man. And anything I can do to get it done.
Hey, I want to tell you something. And you've been around a long time. You know the stuff. You've made big money with us. What's been your highest income year with us, Adam?
I did about 205,000 in 2018.
Okay. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about statistically making more money. Now, if you say Fitz already told me this, I'm going to go, I know that. If you say, I never thought about that, Fitz is going to be saying, I've told you this. But I'm going to give it to you from the redneck perspective. I got a couple that they issue paid $21,000 last month, and they spent, I think, $1,600. So let's just say they were on a 50% commission. They made 10 grand on $1,600. We know they're on a higher contract. They writing 20,000. They're on a higher contract, right? Okay, so that's about 7% of the gross, 20,000. It's about 14% of the net. You with me?
Yeah.
So 1,600 divided by 10, which would be 16%, or 1,600 divided by 21,000. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If they had spent $400 more or $500 more, look how much more money they could have made easy on leads.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying? In other words, if you got somebody that spent $2,000 and they only made $3,000, that's not good. But if you got a person that spent $1,600 and made 10 grand, could they have spent $2,000 and made 12 grand?
I'm with you, Andy.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In other words, there's a fine line. It's like fouling in basketball. Let's say you're trying to drive on me and I'm bumping up against you and bumping, and But if all I do is let you go by and go like, I didn't want to foul him. Does that make sense?
Right.
So if I buy too many leads, I'm an idiot. If I buy too few, I'm an idiot. Like, does that make sense? People think you can be, I'm not going to buy any. You're an idiot. Yeah, I'm not going to buy too much. You're an idiot. It's just right. It's keeping that, maximizing how much money you can gross and net. Because if you gross it and all you do is spend all your money, no good. But if you don't spend any of your money and your gross is so tiny, you're going to make no money. I'm an engineer. I studied this stuff. Okay?
Yep.
So I just want you to think about that, especially with these prices of some of these, the way I've priced the A1s, 2As, and RWs, bro.
Right.
The way I've priced them, oh my God. Another $200. Or how about with the social media leads? Especially if you say, if you want to go to Chicago, you want to do Illinois, I'd be like, I think they're $15. You might be able to get them for 10 if you do Illinois. You just ask. You with me?
I'm with you.
For another $1,000.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing I'm gonna leave you with is you have 30 days to make 20,000. What if out of 30 days you work in 16 to get 20,000? What if you worked 18 and you got 24? Now 4 times 12, that's 48,000. Now you see what I'm saying? In other words, it's a game of inches and a game of minutes and seconds and a game of natural resources, or does that make sense?
Yep.
If you're ever around me and I'm gambling, I'm maxing out odds. And I know there I'm going to lose, but I know here I'm going to win, but I still max my odds out. Does that make sense?
It does. Yep.
And listen, I'm talking to one of the top producers in the country with all sincerity. I think that's another thing people underestimate. I don't go like, "Your top producer, great." I go like, "Have we thought about this? Have we thought about that? Are we maxing out?" By the way, there's not too many referrals. You can't go too fast on a jet ski, and you can't have too many referrals.
Mm-hmm.
And your Ferrari can't be too red. Plane can't go too fast. Does that make sense?
It does.
What tip would you have for me? I'm a top producer on your company, and I'm out there and I'm working. What would you think? Like, probably, here's a mistake a lot of people make, Albright. What would you tell me?
Well, the recent tip I'd say is the geographical barriers are gone. We're doing this over the phone, and people want you to do it over the phone. They don't want you to come over. So there's underserved communities all across the state you live in. I guarantee it. And we can reach out to them now when it was much harder to do it before, Andy. So there's a lot of opportunity. Like the lid's off. We just reach out and call them anywhere in the state you're in, and or the next state, whatever state you're licensed in. It's wide open right now.
Thank you for jumping in so quick. We're going to take advantage of you during these weeks, these trainings and these Zoom, because now we're not limited geographically. I don't have to have you fly down to Burlington or we fly there. We get you on Zoom. It looks like me and you in the same room.
That's right. That's right.
Proud of you, man. Win another 1,000, and next month, if we do life and annuity, win 2,000.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Andy. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody appreciate you. Katrina Gustin, are you on here? You get it, Katrina.
Hey, Andy.
People react to my idiot comments, Katrina. I'm like, I'm just trying to help you. I'm not trying. Don't get mad.
Like that's the only thing they heard.
Well, I'm just Katrina, I'm the most critical person of myself I think I know. Like I always tell people, you tell me 3 things about me, I always go, that ain't nothing. You ought to hear 4, 5, and 6.
Yep. I agree with you.
So your numbers looking good. I saw Junior there with you. Gotta open my thing back up here. 32 apps for 22,000 after 13 days in.
Woo!
Woohoo! What are you doing?
I think number one, this is what I told a couple of people earlier today, it's pipeline. It's not like I just started working. I've been working all year. And I've been trying new things all year and adding more and more and more clients into the pipeline. And stuff starts getting issued, and I just keep sitting there and adding more and more and more in. And eventually it all backs up and explodes all out at one time. It's kind of a nice feeling. So that's the first thing that I'm doing, but I really haven't stopped or slowed down at all. I got scared to death. You can ask several people. I've had strange conversations because I was scared. You know, I don't like change. Imagine that. But I just kept figuring and fooling and digging around and trying to see what I could do to make things change. I mean, Terry's laughing. I was on the phone with him and have been a couple of times. Marcus knows me. So it's, you don't know and you don't want to know what was going through my head. But just keeping on going and trying to figure out what I need to be doing to add in more premium while I'm figuring it out.
Did you, during this time when you were thinking about blowing somebody's brains out, did you still watch the trainings and still
Yes.
listen and lean in? Were you still reading, listening to audios?
Nothing changed as far as that goes. It was just my mindset was a little bit on mental vacation. We'll say it that way. But I didn't stop doing anything I was doing.
Well, are you still going to as many houses?
I am not going to any houses. I haven't been to a house in 2 weeks. I did
What
a
do you-
couple of weeks ago pop up and get a signature.
Okay. And you know, there are people that are only going to houses still, like they're only going to houses
I do.
for whatever reason. So you're not driving.
I'm driving to the office and driving home.
So I'm saying that time that was
I can help
driving,
way more people doing it
That's what
this
I'm
way
wondering.
right now. Way more.
that's how I'm wondering if you could knock out a $50,000 month.
Oh, trust me, I will. It'll be over 50 this month.
It's well, you're tracking for over 50 in 13 days, 22,000. You're tracking for that, and it don't look like any big cases in there. It looks like this solid case after case you're knocking out.
I
That's
have an
too bad.
annuity that just issued yesterday. So that'll make it look fat. And then I've got another one that's getting ready to issue. And then I'm not done with life business. So I would be
Your
happy if
average.
it showed 60.
Your average right now is $687 a case. So you knock out an annuity, your average per case is going to go through the roof. Are you coming across more annuities since you've coming across more people?
I think I have been thinking a little bit more about them. I mean, it's funny where your mind can get you. The more you think about something, the more you do it. So I've issued a lot of IULs compared to what I did before this year. I've done annuities before, but I started to be like, okay, Katrina, don't be lazy. Think about this. Stay here another 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Listen to these people, gain their trust, and slow down. So I think it's more, Andy, about that I'm thinking about it. I really wasn't paying as much attention before. And if you get on autopilot, which I know we all do at times, somebody's got to shake me off autopilot, which I don't know who managed to do it at this point, but I'm happy they did because my bank account's way bigger.
All right. Referrals. Any tips on getting referrals since you're on the phone so much?
I am asking while I'm on the phone for them to get them on the phone or making an appointment to follow up immediately. It's a little bit easier to be bold on the phone if you're not looking at them. Like right now, I'm looking at you and you're looking at me. So it's a little bit more nerve-wracking. But most people I am not Zooming with. I'm not doing any kind of video chat. I'm just talking to them. And if you're not distracted by seeing yourself in a camera or them in a camera, it's funny what you can hear and what you can pay more attention to. Now, I'm a lot more bold on the phone, and it doesn't bother me at all. Like you could make a face at me and totally throw me off. But I like it better on the phone because nobody can make faces at me. Nobody can see me pick my nose. Terry. But it's way easier for me to be bold on the phone. And I really, really, really like that. So I'm just asking for stuff. Hey, why don't you get your dad on the phone? Let's do this now. And we do, because what does he have to do? Pick up the phone and type a number in? It's not that difficult. So it's much easier to get referrals as far as I'm concerned, and they're comfortable. They don't worry about me sitting in their house, stinking everything up,
Yeah. Congratulations so far this month. Congratulations on last month. Your buddy Junior, I think he's right beside you.
He's right beside me.
This is easy. I could do that. I think God sees you pick your nose, though. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Junior, 27 apps already issued, 18,000 already issued this month through the 13th of April. Woohoo!
It's exciting.
You're the most critical person on you that I know, Junior.
I would agree with that.
What are some things just in the last 48 hours you've learned, like new stuff that's occurred to you?
So, probably mindset of just really realizing, and it's good to be on here. Seriously, thanks for the invite. This is kind of cool. Anytime I get to do this national stuff, it's awesome. But really just realizing that if you treat it like a job and just show up, you're going to eventually figure it out. And you don't have to try to be perfect at the beginning. I've had days in the last 48 hours, moments that I have felt not good at all, but things still happen and you still make sales and you still help people by just showing up. And I've got people that have decided to not show up, like I'll invite them and then they don't show up. And I'm not mad at them, but they figure out a way to not show up. And I'm like, that excuse would not have been valid if you had a job. So that's the biggest thing I'm trying to get people to understand is, and I'm trying to figure out how to say, maybe you can help me say without being mean to them, just show up, just do your job, just try, just show up 9 to 5. If you want to be crazy, 9 to 9 or something, you know what I'm saying? Just no matter how you're feeling, can you work anyways?
Yeah, I can tell you how to say that. I can tell you how to say it, because if you say it wrong, it won't work. But if you say it perfect to the wrong person, if you say it perfect to the wrong person, it won't work either. So it has to be right and to the right person. And that's why you go wide as a fat baby's butt. That's why you hire as many people as you can. Hey, let's see, both of y'all hired by Leventoviches, right?
Mike and Noel, yes, sir.
And you guys are going in there together into the office, making phone calls out, giving each other tips. Don't say that. Hey, try this.
Yeah.
That's helping.
And we're just having fun. I ran a case by her earlier on underwriting, but we're just having fun. Sometimes I'll do video and I'll lift up my computer. I'll be like, yeah, there's Katrina. And we're just having a blast. I've met some of her clients. She's met some of my clients. And we're just trying to have fun and not like be too stressed out. And honestly, I feel like I've been on vacation. Not that I haven't been working. I've been working. But I really feel like I've been on vacation. I'm just sitting here. I'm not driving. I don't have to pack up all my leads, put them in there, route them all around and put them in a map. I mean, this is crazy. It's fun. I like doing it this way. And I was scared when we first started changing this, and I didn't sell anything at all my first 2 days doing this. So it was scary, but now I'm liking it a lot.
So when you said you feel bad, that's when, like, if you're on a phone with a client and they just give you hell and mean to you and you don't make a sale, having a great attitude going into the next phone call. It's not, you ain't upset by the virus, it attacked you. It's your mindset that you have to keep right from client to the client. Is that what you're meaning?
Well, that, and if anything happens personally, or if something happens with an agent, or if something happens with a chargeback, or something happens in general in my life and I don't feel like working, I just, okay, let me show up. And don't get me wrong, I try to get my mindset right, but I'll still work no matter how I'm feeling. I'll still show up. You know, a Saturday, I had a guy that was coming into the office. I didn't want to work. I had a good week already. I didn't want to do anything. And I came in not feeling great, and I just started calling, and I helped 2 families, just started calling. And you should have seen me before I came in on Saturday. I didn't even want to be there. But I just started working, you know.
Story of my life, dude. Story of my life. Hey, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a break, and then I'm going to talk to Katrina, but then I'm going to come back to you, and I'm going to talk to you like you want to talk to people. Does that make sense? In other words, here's where you are, but here's where I think you ought to be. So I'm going to talk to you about getting to there. Because the person you're talking about, they're here, and you're trying to get them to here. You might be here, I'm trying to get you to here. Well, same difference. He's here, you're trying to get him to here. It don't matter where they are, you're trying to get them to the new location. So I'm going to go over there to her, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to say, Junior, and I'm going to talk to you kind of like you should talk to people. I'm gonna hit you with the empathy and the recognition and the and the. You right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go over here to Katrina. Katrina,
Andy,
did you know on the art you can look and see what your commissions are going to be on Friday?
yes, I do. Every day.
Huh?
I look at it every day.
Do you know what you're going to have deposited on Friday?
I do know what I'm going to have deposited on Friday, but it's not done. There's going to be a really big one added to it. So I'm waiting.
Your upline tells me that currently there's 7,000 in cash coming in.
Okay.
He says that you got 2,500 yesterday.
I did.
I just think that's so exciting. Like it's just here. Have you heard this? When people are greedy, you need to be scared. But when people are scared, you need to get greedy. Another way to put it is when the apples are ripe. Well, let me do it. When apples are green, don't eat them. But when they're ripe, get as many as you can get. I'm
Right.
telling you, there is a window of opportunity. And I can't get enough. I'm just.
I got a car to buy now.
What you gonna get?
I done started it. I rented that dadgum Tesla. Now I got to buy one.
You better tell the carries. I've been holding off buying a Tesla. I said I'm gonna wait till y'all buy one first. But if Katrina buys one, now I'm authorized to buy one.
If you saw the smile on Les's face when he got out of it, you would know why I want to buy one. Lit him up, made me happy.
It is interesting. How much does one of those Teslas cost?
The one Les wants is about 110,000.
My buddy sent me a picture of this right here. One of my buddies. I don't know if you can see it.
It looks like rubies.
Rubies and diamonds, solid diamond face, ruby numbers, and then ruby all the way around it. And a Tesla. This is on sale. Normally 125. You can get it for 112.
It's a deal. Snag it.
You should talk to them about the Tesla and say, hey, look, what'd you say? It's 105, 110?
110.
Say, during this virus, one of y'all could let it go for 90, I would take it. The only thing is they might take it. They might go,
Making
okay.
me think.
They might go, let's shake.
Well, I would be prepared for that at this point, so that's all right.
Give it to your man, Junior. Congratulations. Give me the Junior. Junior.
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro. I've heard some people on Riddle's team. I mean, I love Riddle, but I'm a big Leventovich fan, big Junior fan. And I think that they don't deserve all the accolades. I think you deserve some.
I think they're doing good.
Yeah, they doing good. But I'm talking about you.
Okay.
I want you to do gooder. You in?
Yes, sir. I'm in.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna take notes and everything. And implement.
How old are you, bro? How old are you?
26.
How long you been with us?
8.5 years. It'll be 9 years in August.
You remember you used to ask questions like this right here? I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Now, people calling you from all around the country asking you questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Who have you helped out lately?
I mean, just people on our team. And I've had, who called me? I mean, people on Leventovich's team, Angela Manza, it was just different people. But I call and ask for help too. Like, I know I've had conversations with Mike. I spoke with Terry. Terry, actually, he was on one of our conference calls and he helped me more than you know.
Junior.
Yes, sir.
I'm focused on you getting rich. I'm glad you care about everybody else. I'm looking for the greedy right now.
Okay.
You feeling me?
Mm-hmm.
What we found is if you can get somebody to partner with you and book appointments like a calendar me, Like if you could say, all right, I'm done selling. I'm going to chalk. Wait a minute. I had it right here. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on. Get this thing right here. Junior, Terry, Junior. I'm sorry for the, apologize for the delay. But this is important. It's important right here. Hang with me. Giovanna is your new wife's name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm thinking we talk to her and say, look, we're making good money selling, but if we could figure out a way, and Albright's got this new method where I partner with somebody, I'm just gonna have to do a few of those after 9 at night, like after dinner and whatever. Maybe I'm gonna get up earlier. If you could start sneaking in, say, if somebody would book you 5 appointments a day, in addition to all that hard work you've been doing, I don't know, does that disturb you? Like, oh, you're just trying to get me to work, or do you feel like I'm just trying to get you to get, bigger?
It feels like you're trying to help.
Well, I hope it feels that way, because I ain't trying to tell you what to do. I'm just thinking through it. And I know that, all right, I'll contact Levitovich and let him know. And Katrina, if you can kind of work with him, maybe he could do the same thing for you. Or maybe if they can't do it, maybe you could do it with Blake. If that guy Blake you got,
Yeah.
hey, maybe it's something Giovanna could do, like set up 5. Maybe we could talk to her and see if she would be the 5 appointment setter a day for you and set you up. And you tell her what time you're available.
Is this to sell, like set appointments to sell life insurance?
No, we'll sell them on selling life insurance. It's recruit.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not talking about 5 more appointments for, selling insurance. You're beating everybody in the world now, but I'm thinking hierarchy. I'm thinking override income. I'm thinking titles, agency manager, district manager, helping other people. What good. Okay, so time out. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not going to do that to you every day, but I just did it. But watch this. There ain't nothing I ain't said to you before, but I maybe twisted a little bit. It's like my daddy, when he get the lawnmower, when it wasn't working, you know what he do with the lawnmower? You ever seen a man fix a lawnmower? First thing he does, takes it apart and goes, spray a little WD-40 on it, spit on it, pop it a little bit, twist it around, put a little elbow grease on, put it back together, see if it'll work. You with me?
Yeah. You're
And
so
then
crazy.
he'll talk about it. And if it don't work, he'll go down to the store. And say, hey, listen here. You ever had a carburetor give you the fat thing go like that right there? And they talk about it. That makes sense. So me and Levitovich would talk about you. Like, that's so good. He's doing good in this. He's doing good in that. I mean, it'll roll and it cuts. It's just when you get it cranked out, it's
one area.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so then I come back and you spit on it, you think about it, you polish it a little bit, and you encourage it. Come on, baby. Does that make sense? And then you try it again. The good news is we got a lot of people to work with. This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
Talk about it, think about it. I didn't go consult anybody this time, but I just, I knew what to do. First thing to do is take the hood off, carburetor, ask you questions, validate, understand, empathize. You're right. They doing good. Okay. Who we got next? Junior, we got Marcus Richardson, Denver, Colorado.
Thank you.
Love you, buddy.
Hey, Andy. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I got some numbers you don't put up here. You don't put up 27 applications, same as Junior. You're like $50 less than him, $18,562. Woohoo! Are you going to the houses some still, Marcus Richardson? Or are you everything over the phone or combination, or what do you do?
So I switched it over, Andy. It's been about 2.5 weeks. Everything over the phone. I've only went to get a couple signatures and drop off a couple policies for annuities and stuff like that recently. Oh, and
Okay.
thank you for having me on the call. My wife thanks you. She's not here. She's out with the kiddos. And happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
What have you done? Have you heard anything, seen anything different in Denver, Colorado that somebody's not said? Or repeat something that just wasn't said on this call. You've heard it previously.
I don't know if I've heard anything different. I was in the shower thinking about, okay, what's a way that I can be more effective on the phone when I have the initial phone call? And I think the part that was big for me, like you said, connecting with them early. Because I've noticed the ones that I actually get the sell on, we have good rapport in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the phone call. So that was a big thing for me. And then the second thing I thought of was just assuming the sale, being real assumptive. They sent in the lead. It's no different than when we go in the house. We're just doing it on the phone now. So they sent in the form asking for information, and I'm gonna show them how to get what they need.
So you call me up. What are you gonna do differently to help us connect quicker? I say hello. How are we connecting different? What are you gonna do faster, quicker, bolder? What are you doing?
So what I've been doing is I say, hey, is this Andy? Yeah, this is Andy. This is Marcus. Tell them who I'm with. And then I kind of set the stage early about how the call is going to go. And then I say, are you comfortable with that process and me seeing what plans I can help you qualify for, whether it's mortgage protection, final expense? They say yes. And then I'll say, okay, let me start with some of my questions. And then in my questions is actually where I start to connect with people. So I might say something like, you had your birthday down here as boom, boom, boom. And if it was in the last 30 to 60 days, I say, hey, did you even go anywhere for your birthday? Or you've been locked down like the rest of us? And then they'll start talking to me about being locked down. And I say, man, I've never seen nothing like this in my life. What do you think about all this? And then they'll start talking about how crazy it is. And then I say, well, on your birthday, did you have anybody at least come give you a cake or flowers or anything? And then they start laughing. No, Marcus, I didn't have anybody. So now I've got them in the process of us kind of going back and through. We're talking about real world stuff. And I've noticed that helps them let the guard down. And then I just listen, do a really good job of listening, letting them talk. I try not to interrupt and get to my points and what I want to say. And I've learned that a lot of times I want to tell my story about my mom, but it's not appropriate because it's not about me. It's about them and their situation, why they sent in the form. So I feel like a little tug at my heart that says, don't talk about you until it's time to talk about you. Right now, it's time to talk about them. So I just slow down and listen and let them talk.
So you do give a high altitude. Have you ever just tried to just strike up a friendship relationship before you get into the insurance, or have you failed?
Yeah, no, I have. It really depends on the person too. Like if I get in and say, how you doing? And they start talking to me and they're open and bubbly, we just have a regular conversation. I've had several calls like that. Like the lady I helped yesterday, she had made mention that she appreciated me just taking time to listen to her and it not being about me. And she actually on the phone call cried and we talked for the first 25 minutes just about her life. Her husband passed in August and she has 2 daughters and grandbabies, and she's really trying to take care of them and protect the mortgage. So that was just a casual conversation before I got into all the business.
It sounds like to me, Marcus, that you're trying to figure out what they like and deliver that.
100%, Andy.
Mirror them. If they're bubbly, you bubbly. If they're depressed, you're depressed.
100%.
Don't figure out what it feels like to be wounded, become wounded.
Right.
Do you ever feel like you're suffering? Listening to them talk?
Yes.
To perceive is to suffer.
Yeah. But I think it's just genuinely caring about people. I had another lady in New Mexico, and same thing. We were just listening. She was talking to me about her grandbabies. Her husband died back in late January, Andy, and she still doesn't have him buried. So before we did any insurance or anything, the minister and me came out. I prayed with her before we talked about any numbers, any policies, and my heart just went out to her because I wanted to genuinely help her. And after that, the insurance part was easy. It was just like, how much can you afford? She says, how much you can afford. We put the policy together. But it's just
27 applications through the 13th of April, brother.
And I'm mad about it because I've really been trying to do 40,000 every month since January. So I'm actually failing. I'm just trying to fail really fast.
I think you're on track to do 40,000 this month.
I'm pushing, Andy.
Hey, could you just press rewind and hear what I did to Junior and do that to yourself?
Yes.
I'm serious. I'm serious about that.
You are.
Work in the home office and let's get in those appointments and get, 5 a day, 10 a day. Just because, dude, people are looking, our recruiting numbers are going through the roof. I want to see y'all tracking to move up all the levels.
Okay. You got it.
Okay. All right, buddy. Thank you for being on here all the way from Denver, Colorado.
Thank you for having me, Andy. We love you guys.
I love y'all. Terry Edwards. Let's wrap them up, baby. Let's give them what they come for.
What they came for, buddy.
I hear you, bub.
I'm coming to you live from K Vegas, baby, Kernersville, North Carolina. It's on and popping up in here, up in here.
Hey, Vegas? What are you
Kernersville, North
talking
Carolina.
about? Kernersville.
That's right.
What you been doing, Terry? I know you've been out on the road, still some, picking up annuities and checks, or you're doing a little bit over the phone, a little bit in the house. What's your mix?
I'm doing primarily everything over the phone, but I'll sneak out there and get me a signature. I got to go over to Brown Summit as soon as we get off the phone and pick up a signature. The lady said, I said, ma'am, I sent you the email twice. She said, I clear every time I open it, this pop-up blocker. I said, well, I'm tired of that pop-up blocker. I'm going to pop up over to your house so it can stop blocking you from getting this insurance. She said, well, my husband on oxygen. I said, well, I ain't coming in the house. You just meet me outside. And she said, I can do that. So I'm doing whatever I got to do, to win.
Terry, it's shaping up one of your best months in a while. 29 apps already issued, already got 2 contracted new agents through 13 days, 17,000 in premium. I mean, what's going on, brother? Just people scared? Are you working harder or smarter? What's going on?
All right, I was scared, right? To be honest with you, last night I quit. I said, the hell with it. And then I woke up this morning. I said, well, I guess I better go on in. It's like, it's just work. It's just people are judging us based on the leaderboards, not on how I feel on the inside. So how I feel on the inside, it really doesn't matter. It's what I do that I'm being judged on. So, it's just hard work, and hard work, regardless, always produce consistent results. Like I ain't gonna be no one trick pony. I said from day one when I came here, I got off the gate fast and I wasn't trying to let up. So I was like, if I just continue to work hard, some people call it lucky, but I just call it working hard. That $100,000 annuity that we wrote off of a Facebook lead, like that's a good story. But guess what? I got 29 other apps with an average premium of $500 AP. It's just work. And then I just find it hard to believe that the God that I serve is going to allow me to work so hard and not reward me. That's just the way I see it. And this is the other thing I feel right here, Andy. Hard work covers up a lot of facts. Hard work, you can outwork talent, you can outwork skill, you can outwork your color.
Hey, I just realized we got to get off here and let Alex Avian show this plan. I want to get you back later. I know I got you showing a plan this week and doing some training. I see Mia Fennell is 22 apps, 13,000, one of your top fastest growing agents. Megan Woods written 36 issue paid applications for 12,000. Think about her average premium. Terry, your God is in charge of everything and don't nothing surprise him.
Hey, I'm taking my hands off the wheel and I'm just riding. I say, get it, Jesus. Let's roll, buddy.
All right, Alex Avian, take it away. Love y'all. Gotta go. Bye-bye. We're going to hang up and put it back on. I'm just leaving. See y'all. Love you.
There
Thank y'all,
is
everybody, for
a
participating.
There's a separate link for Alex Avian's Show the Plan. It's on Band if you want to jump on that Show the Plan.
Okay, let's do it. Get your people on there. Let's do it. Bye. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for everything. Good job.